wouldn't have my library without this book. So there are 6 great books, a wonderful start. Start your own garden library. You'll certainly be rewarded.
Thursday on Martha Stewart Living.
I love the Far East. I hope today's show is going to inspire you, too.
Martha shares recipes for a delicious hijiki salad, plus
mouth-watering sesame shrimp that just takes a few minutes and uses only a very few ingredients.
Then
we're going to visit a beautiful and unique bonsai nursery
and discover how to make a beautiful Asian gold leaf lacquer tray. Learn something new Thursday on Martha Stewart Living.
Watching the CBS-2 Information Network.
Right now! From the CBS-2 studio on 5th Avenue, in the heart of the tri-state area.
This is New York Live!
Good afternoon. Welcome to New York Live on this Wednesday. I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Dana Tyler, counting down to the Giants Super Bowl game. And since we're talking about big men, let's talk about
manly men.
Manly men.
You know, I feel good right now, Dana.
Well, you know, there's a study out, British Medical Journal study, that says that men indeed are the weaker sex. You know, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a study.
And it was written by a man, which really makes me sick. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Men ground.
That would be the man.
No.
All right, let's get down to business here.
Okay.
Why is it?
It starts when they're babies. Starts when they're babies.
And we stay babies according to this
you
study.
Stay like a baby, and then there's all that parental stuff of don't cry, you know, and then they're supposed to keep everything in, and then they don't know how to deal with things as they get older.
Yeah, you rub a little dirt on it and you're A-okay.
No, you got to have feelings, right?
Yeah.
And guys, don't let it out. Women, we talk, we bond, and then there's the health issue.
And the health issue is men don't take care of themselves.
Now, here's part of this study. It says that if you take 8 women and tell them one of you will be diagnosed with breast cancer, every woman thinks, it's going to be me. I'm heading to the doctor. I'm going to get the mammogram. I'm going to take everything. Right. You tell 3 men, one of them will suffer from heart disease. What do you think they go?
Hey, it's going to be him. I'll be fine.
Guy. And I'm, you know, when's the
sorry, loser.
Right. When's the last time you went to the doctor, right, guys?
Other than for an injury, in 20 years?
Physicals. What do you think? You're bulletproof? That's what the survey says.
See, yeah. So you believe this?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I do too. But I'll tell you what. There's something about this. It's like the men are babies, and we do that because you know
you want to be taken.
You want to take care of us.
Mama,
we want you to feel good about things, so we're a little, you know.
Oh wow, that is so twisted, isn't it? Almost as twisted as the cheese thing.
Yeah, because you don't want your Swiss cheese to get twisted in the slicer, and it won't, thanks to the Agriculture Department, which is changing the size of the holes in the Swiss cheese. Yes, that's right. Get out your ruler the next time you order that ham and Swiss, because the holes are getting smaller.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Well, there you go. There's the proof. Old standards, 11/16 to 13/16 of an inch in diameter. That's the hole. Now, holes 3/8 of an inch in diameter? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, regardless.
This is one of the things that the Clinton administration, one of their last things they had to wrap up, I guess.
And perhaps the most important.
The most important. You don't want a big hole in your cheese.
But we should point out that the Bush administration will not change that rule.
Okay.
Because it's important.
Okay. All right. We have a great show today.
By the way, that's not a joke. That
no, it really is serious.
It's really serious.
Right here it was on the wire today from Washington, all about the Agriculture Department's ruling.
Our lead story today.
Well, you know, we have a lot of funny people, great people here today, including funny guy, Fred Willard. You're going to talk to him.
Very funny guy in a very funny movie called Best in Show. You need to see it. But first you need to see Fred right here on New York Live.
Full of one-liners. All right. Think about the world. Think about America in 50 years. What will America be like in the 21st century? Imagine no more. The editor of this book, best-selling author Marianne Williamson, is here live to look into the future. It's very thought-provoking. See what you think.
I wonder if New York Live will still be here in 50 years.
Well, hello. Right.
I don't think it'll be us. Now, if we're looking at our weather, here's Ira Joe Fisher, who may still be here in 50
Ira.
years.
Well, let's hope so. I'd be 52 or 3 years, but anyway, what was the deal with the Swiss cheese? It was the holes are going to be changed for safety reasons?
Yes, because they get tangled up in the cheese
slicing.
slicer.
You know, people push, push, push.
You know, and you can't get the slices
And you
out.
could have injury and everything.
And plus, it takes you a long time to get your cheese that way, you know, and that's important.
I thought maybe people were falling in or something.
No.
Falling in the hole of the cheese.
Getting their fingers
well,
caught in the hole in the cheese.
And we're really dancing around the one line, and none of us is going to say, and I'm really proud of us, too. Right?
Let's get out of this.
Let's get out of
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah, let's do that. Do we still want to talk about the weather? We have a hole in the clouds here, kind of like Swiss clouds here. And the deal is this, going to get colder tonight. We might even see some snow flurries. Flurries, not a big deal. We'll talk about it later. Hole in the cheese, huh? Okay. Todd, Dana?
Thank you, Ira.
He was being pensive. Let's take a look at the headlines for today from the CBS 2 Information Network.
Here is Cindy Hsu. Cindy?
Okay, Todd and Dana, thank you very much. Well, 2 former police officers in Brooklyn are charged with plotting to kill one of their own. Prosecutors say former patrolman Anthony Trotman will testify against his partner, Jamil Jordan. Both worked out of the 77th precinct in Crown Heights. The 2 allegedly tried to set up a hit on a detective who testified against them in a disciplinary hearing 3 years ago. Trotman confessed to the plot. Investigators say Trotman and Jordan also ripped off drug dealers and small business owners. Both men were thrown off the force in August. Well, there's big trouble on the tracks on Long Island. A Long Island Railroad train has derailed. Hundreds of passengers had to be helped off the train and onto the snowy ground after a train went off the tracks this afternoon near Greenlawn. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but rush hour service is going to be a nightmare. Right now, Port Jefferson line is suspended in both directions between Huntington and Port Jefferson. The railroad is scrambling to get buses running. There's no word on the cause of the derailment. And, of course, we're keeping a close eye on the story, and we'll bring you the very latest a little later in the broadcast. Well, you've got one more reason to quit smoking. The city wants to make it illegal to light up in bars and taverns. New York City Council Speaker Peter Vallone and health advocates announced legislation today to expand the Smoke-Free Air Act by banning smoking in the bar areas of restaurants. Right now, you're allowed to smoke in bars as long as the bar is 6 feet away from the dining area. Under the new proposal, smokers would be sent to separate rooms, smoking lounges, or outside.
When I started back 30 years ago, it wasn't like it is today, you know? Well, you got to have a little consideration for our rights, too. We're cast out in the cold. You know, it's like, you know, a bunch of lepers because we were smoking.
And stay right here. Coming up at 6, our Lou Young finds out what restaurant owners think about the proposal, and their answers may surprise you. Well, today, millions of Chinese are marking the start of the Lunar New Year, the year of the snake. People all around the world are celebrating the year 4699. Children will be wishing their elders Gung Hei Fat Choi, and in return will be given lucky red envelopes with money inside. In the Chinese zodiac, those born in the year of the snake are said to be deep thinkers. Chairman Mao was born under the snake sign, and so was John F. Kennedy. That's the news for now. I'm Cindy Hsu. I'll be back in just a few minutes with another update from the CBS 2 Information Network. Now back to Dana in New York Live.
Thanks, Cindy. Envision America 50 years from now. Do you like what you see? With an eye toward the America that can be, internationally acclaimed author and lecturer Marianne Williamson has compiled over 40 essays written by some of the greatest visionaries of our time. The book is called Imagine, What America Could Be in the 21st Century, and we're so glad Marianne's here today. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
This is different for you. We know your books, Woman's Worth and, A Return to Love and A Woman's Worth, and here you are the editor,
yes,
working with another person. Why go about a project like this?
Well, because I wanted to write about topics, I wanted to know about topics, put together information about topics that I myself am not necessarily an expert at. I'm interested in what happens when the soul takes center stage, when love takes center stage, not only in our individual lives, but in our society. So I looked to people who are at work on that, people who write about education from a soulful perspective, who write about economics from a soulful perspective, or community from a soulful perspective. Any area of our lives, whether it's the outer dimensions like that, or internal things like marriage and divorce and sex and aging. And I asked all these people if they would write essays about what in the realm of highest possibilities America could look like in 50 years.
And you had some parameters there. There's the big question, but continue on. Well, how did you get them to write their essays?
All of the people, whether it's Thomas More writing about religion, or Deepak Chopra writing about the soul, or Hazel Henderson writing about economics, these are all people who are deeply involved in these areas. Dean Ornish on medicine. Dean Ornish is one of the most famous doctors in the United States, his work with heart disease, etc. And yet the work he's been doing in the last few years is about the role of love in healing the body. So I think of him and all the people who wrote these essays as the most forward-thinking people in their fields. And I said to them, in the realm of highest possibilities, what could America look like in 50 years? What kind of changes would have to happen in order for that to occur? And how can an individual or an institution best contribute to the change?
Let's go over some of the examples. What I liked about the book is you can, I mean, the essays are 10, 20 pages, a couple of pages, Sarah Bunbronick. Right. It's just a couple of pages. Pick it up, put it down, think about it. Let's talk about Community by Tom Hartman, who's a best-selling author on health and spirituality. I like what you said about our community is an area where, what he said, everybody can walk to the place you need. You can have the electricity right there. We all share potluck.
Right. Well, what Tom points out in his essay is something that we all know, and that's that we have lost some of the most fundamental tender moments. We have lost some of the things that make, in our search for progress, in our embrace of all the supposed prosperity, and it's material prosperity, but in a certain way we've lost some spiritual prosperity. We've lost our connection to our neighbors. We've all jumped into our cars. We don't walk anywhere anymore. We don't necessarily know our neighbors. And so in his essay, he talks about what would happen if we did turn off some cable television every once in a while.
Get off the email a field time,
right? Yes, exactly. So he talks about the kind of society we could live in where some of these just fundamental simplicities. He talks about the voluntary simplicity movement, where we get away, we withdraw our attachment to some of the consumer-driven, corporate, monolithic forces that seem bigger than us. Yes, non-personal. And we go back to some very basic forces of living that connect us to each other, to our families, to our God.
The families with children. John Gray, Men Are for Mars, Women Are for Venus. One thing I like that he said was, instead of saying, clean up your room, it's, would you clean up your room?
Absolutely.
Ask instead of demand.
Absolutely. He talks about the honor. If we're going to take this whole spiritual concept seriously of affirming and saluting the spirit in each other, that means definitely in our children. We all know the terrible problems we have in our society with child abuse and child neglect. And John talks in his essay about how we've come a long way from the days when we just dictated to children, but we haven't quite yet made that fundamental shift to the kind of honoring, spiritually based, most deeply loving treatment of our children, which will so turn around our whole society in this area.
And Marianne, before I let you go, one of the things you do right now in an everyday way of helping is your Angel Food Project in Los Angeles. Well, that you founded and feeds 1,000 people with AIDS a day.
Yes, it does. I don't live in Los Angeles anymore, and people run it and do great work with it, but I am honored to have been there at the beginning. And all of the proceeds for this particular book go to another nonprofit organization called the Global Renaissance Alliance, which is people getting together, working spiritually on the social problems of our time in just such a way as this book recommends.
Thank you. Very thought-provoking.
Thank you very much.
Gets you thinking about what our country could be like in 50 years.
That is the point. If we all think about it, we can have it.
We can make it happen.
That's right.
Marianne Williamson here today, and we're so glad you're here. Imagine is in bookstores right now. Coming up here in New York Live, we have a lot more this Wednesday. Up next, Amy is going out for the pass in Tampa. Go, 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 Amy.
I'll do my best, Dana. We are live in Tampa, and we continue to be your ticket to Super Bowl 35 and all the pregame festivities, including Baby Bowl 2, the battle before the battle on Sunday. We'll tell you about these gridiron tykes coming up.
Oh, they're so cute. Plus, is it true? Is one of America's hottest romances fizzling out? We have the news on Puffy and Jennifer. And what's with the new frequent flyer programs these days? For one thing, Harry Potter's getting involved. We'll explain. And weather with Ira.
All right, Dana, we're going to go from clear to clouds to colder, woven with perhaps some snowflakes. You stay tuned for your forecast and mine. We're in this together.
Don't panic the clients, but we got to get out of RH now.
What just happened?
I'd like to introduce our new CEO and my kid brother, Tommy.
CEO!
See the story behind the numbers. Go to cbs.marketwatch.com.
Hey! No, down here. Instead of running out for stamps, shouldn't you be running your business? Imagine a simpler way. Get the Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Send mail without ever going out for stamps. Just weigh, punch in the postage, and voila. Professionally metered mail and no wasted postage. You can also add a personal message to get your mail noticed. Postage refills by phone in 30 seconds, day or night. Now listen up, because here's what you'll get. Besides a lot more time.
You'll get the Personal Post and money-saving electronic scale.
So there's no wasted postage.
For a 90-day free trial.
Free is good.
If you use at least one roll of stamps a month, this is the perfect tool for your business. Order now and get $30 in free postage. Save time and money with a Personal Post meter and scale.
Now watch your business grow. Hey, I look good in red.
Get a 90-day free trial plus $30 in free postage.
The Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Who else?
At Cheap Tickets, you save money every time you fly. But that's not all. Because at Cheap Tickets, you can choose your airline, choose your schedule, and choose your discount fare. With Cheap Tickets, you can get up to 40% off on airfares right now. Call or log on now because today's prices may not be available tomorrow. Call 1-888-LET'S-FLY or log on to cheaptickets.com. Cheap Tickets. The choice is yours.
Before we go any further,
yes,
are they or aren't they? Aren't they broken up or are they broken up? Puffy and Jennifer Lopez, the latest in Daily News says, no more.
No more.
She's dating a dancer who was in her latest video, named Chris, has been for weeks.
She kept her Puffy thing serious. Her relationship
excuse me?
with Sean Combs also secretive at the beginning, I guess, and so I guess she was doing the same thing, according to this one article.
Puffy's in denial.
He's also on trial.
In denial.
There's a lot going on.
And on trial.
Mm-hmm. She's got a new movie.
That's right, on Friday. And we shall see. Now, in another paper, there's a quote talking about their wedding plans, maybe in Great Britain. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't know. When will we find out?
When it happens.
Let's call Jennifer.
Let's call Jennifer.
No, let's call Ira instead.
Hi, Ira.
1-800-Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, let's talk about our weather. Shall we do that?
Nice day.
It is a lovely day, absolutely. Went out for a went out for a walk. We have a window. Went out for a window and they were sold out, you know. Hey, I want to tell you, this shot here is just absolutely beautiful. But you know what? The technician and dear friend Al Schatz, who was running the camera for this shot, deserves a round of applause. I think a little round of applause here might be in order. That's an absolutely beautiful shot. And Al, thank you so very much as we look across Manhattan. Yes, Central Park is still kissed with snow. The sun is setting ever so slowly, and the day looks absolutely lovely. But the picture, it doesn't happen by accident. I want you to realize that. Thanks, Al. Beautiful. 42 degrees right now. West wind at 5 miles an hour. 47% relative humidity. And the barometer, like the temperatures, is falling. Well, the temperatures will be. Look, we're in the 30s and 40s around your neighborhood, and I was supposed to stay in the 30s up Newburgh Way. Guess they didn't get the word on that. The deal is this. Clouds are making their way toward our part of the world. Here we have the clear skies of today. There we have the clouds of tomorrow. There's a low and an accompanying cold front zipping down from Canada, and it will perhaps scatter some ever so light flurries or snow showers around our area, but there's a better chance that the temperatures are really going to get colder. Not alarmingly so, but colder. Tonight we're talking about 30 in town, the upper 20s around the region, lower 20s well to the north. And look at Patchogue, expected to be right around the freezing mark as well. That's tonight, and again, we could have a chance of those scattered showers, scattered snow flurries, and that's how tomorrow is going to begin, with clouds, some leftover snow flurries. Again, no accumulation anticipated, and ultimately, temperatures, unlike today, tomorrow will be stuck in the 30s. A little bit later, we're going to look at your 5-day forecast. For now, that's the weather on New York Live.
They can play guitar, can't they? Down there in Tampa. Giant January, pretty darn gargantuan at this point.
Huge. We're getting a taste of Tampa every day this week, live with Amy Stone. Hi, Amy. Did it get warmer down there? No.
Well, you don't have a coat on, do you?
Coming all this way to Florida. But, you know, Florida, they have problems with voting, problems with weather. It's a bad year for Florida. Aren't it nice?
Good. That's funny. Yeah, well, 4 days until kickoff, and you can definitely feel, though, the Tampa area getting more excited. You can feel the traffic getting more congested and restaurants getting more crowded, and my scaffolding is moving right now because of the wind. Yes, wind chill right now in Florida, can you believe it or not? But most importantly, we're having more fun. The B-52s highlighted the media party at the Florida Aquarium last night. Big-time celebrities, but a whole lot of funky fish. And for some reason, a lifeguard?
Just in case people, you know, get a little tipsy and want to take a swim with the fish.
The bubble lady blew away the crowd, along with...
I'm a mermaid.
Are you a cold mermaid?
I'm actually a little chilly out here, yeah.
Do you know who let the dogs out? As the excitement for Super Bowl 35 is beginning to build, giraffes at Busch Gardens are eating off of goalposts, and the Super Bowl sand sculpture is nearly complete at Clearwater Beach. And today it was the battle before the battle, Baby Bowl 2.
Yeah, it got a little tense. He was about to start cheating. You know, we saw that coming, so we hurried up and got across the line and got this thing over with.
That's Joya Dean Hegeman, who the winner, coached by her father, George Hegeman of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. She walked away with the Baby Bowl 2 championship crown, and it was all part of Baby Bowl 2 Payless's First Shoes program, which gives away free first pair of shoes to babies born in 2001. A lot of these events for the Super Bowl go to charitable causes, which are very nice. I just wanted to give you some update on halftime show. It's a 15-minute show, and I don't know how they're going to get in all these people, but maybe they'll extend it a little bit, because you're going to be seeing on Sunday Britney Spears performing NSYNC, Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige. Ray Charles is before the national anthem. He's going to sing America the Beautiful. The national anthem will be sung by Backstreet Boys. Woo, is this an event to be at? And guess who else is going to be here? My favorite, Styx from the 70s. Love them. Chris Rock and Adam Sandler also put together a comedic video that's going to be showing also at the Super Bowl on the on CBS, but also in the stadium. Natalie Cole's going to be here, and Sting as well. A little bit of everything. And also New York Live's going to be here at the NFL Experience starting tomorrow. Todd's coming down, and please, Todd, bring me an extra sweatshirt, will you?
I really will. I think you're going to need it. But, you know, when I get down there, I plan this right. I believe it gets warmer as soon as I touch down.
Right, and all the hot parties heat up and everything. You have all the celebrities coming down, so looking forward to seeing you, Todd.
Okay.
Amy, it's a wonder those babies were crying. I mean, it's not a wonder. I mean, those big guys, I know it's their daddies, but oh my goodness, all that pressure. Oh, we're talking professional football players win at all costs, no matter if they're coaching their kids or it's a Super Bowl.
Look at poor Amy blowing back and forth there.
It's babies coaching babies. Yeah, I know. It's the scaffolding up here. It's kind of shaky. It's a little nerve-wracking. So back to you guys before I blow over.
Thanks, Amy. Stand down.
And we should also add that sports director Brent Haber has an exclusive first sit-down interview with the man who took the Giants to 2 Super Bowl wins, Bill Parcells, coming up at 5 right here on CBS 2. And up next on New York Live, you thought frequent flyer miles were just for free trips, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're going to show you what all the new programs really have to offer.
Plus, he's the funny guy from all those TV shows you just love. Now, Fred Willard is one of the best reviewed movies of the year. He's here live.
Enter to win a Hawaii Dream Vacation for 2. A 6-day, 5-night vacation for 2, courtesy of Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, America's #1 choice to Hawaii for over 40 years. And Sheraton Hotels and Resorts Hawaii. Sheraton has the best hotels on the best beaches and the luxury collection of Hawaii. To enter, click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com. Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays. We'll take you there.
Thinking of selling your home? Call Weichert Realtors, the real estate people. Ask for our free brochure on selling your home at the best price.
I have a dream.
This Fulfilling the Dream moment is brought to you by Verizon.
Yes,
Miss Bennett.
They think we're going to fall off the stage and bump into furniture.
Because most of the actors in this theater company are blind or visually impaired.
It's not like just you're blind and that's great, so you want to come act. It's more you're an actor and you happen to be blind, that's great.
As to the fingerprints...
CBS2 honors Theater by the Blind of New York, fulfilling the dream.
Tell me again, why we didn't call you buddy in Maui? Lost his number, man.
Need a number? Just dial 411 for local and national directory assistance. You don't even need an area code.
Whoa.
And Baltimore. Category number 1, slogan, Baltimore, Charm City. New York, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Advantage, New York. Transcendent sports hero, Baltimore, Cal Ripken. New York, Derek Jeter. Advantage, that's close, but we got to give that one to Baltimore. Jeter's got more rings, but Cal is just Cal. Bombastic sports owner, New York, George Steinbrenner. Baltimore, Art Modell. Advantage, New York. At least George hasn't moved the team from its rightful home yet. Local politicians related to former U.S. presidents. New York, Senator Hillary Clinton, wife of Bill Clinton. Baltimore, Lieutenant Governor Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, niece of John F. Kennedy. Advantage, Baltimore. No matter how hard you try, there's only one Camelot. Indigenous food, Baltimore, crabs. New York, Nathan's hot dogs. Advantage, of course, New York. If it molts and you have to break its back to eat it, pass. State's governor, New York, George Pataki. Baltimore, state of Maryland, Paris Glendenning. Advantage, obviously New York. You can't have a governor named after a city in another country. Most famous native poet, Baltimore, Edgar Allan Poe, whose masterpiece, The Raven, is what their football team is named after. New York, Vinnie from Brooklyn, who wrote that famous limerick about the girl from Nantucket. You know how it goes. Advantage, Baltimore. Local university nickname, New York, St. John's Red Storm. Baltimore, University of Maryland Terrapins. Advantage, well, that's a push. Red Storm might be a little lame, but at least we're not named after a turtle. Sports venue adjacent to a railroad facility. Baltimore, Camden Yards. New York, Madison Square Garden. Advantage, Baltimore. Aroma from Boog's Barbecue, much better than the stench emanating from the E-Train platform. Talk show host whose career started in that city. Baltimore, Oprah Winfrey. New York, Regis Philbin. Advantage, New York. Oprah's gone to Chicago, plus the whole self-help thing is a little overbearing, and I'm pretty sure Regis could take her in a cage match. And so you see, despite Baltimore's rejuvenated waterfront and its charm in a sort of second-tier American city way, hands down, the ultimate advantage goes to, yes, New York. As we proved in the Subway series, we have a hard enough time losing to ourselves. We're certainly not going to do it to some city in Maryland.
Forget about it.
And of course, there's been the traditional wager between the two mayors. If the Ravens win, you know, Mayor Giuliani will have to wear a baseball hat in City Hall with the Ravens logo on it. If the Giants win, the mayor of Baltimore loses a finger. It's tough, but hey, that's football. We will have much more coming up later on at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live in Tampa. I'm Brett Haber. Cindy, back to you.
Brett, thank you very much. Now remember,
Imagine a simpler way. Get the Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Send mail without ever going out for stamps. Just weigh, punch in the postage, and voila. Professionally metered mail and no wasted postage. You can also add a personal message to get your mail noticed. Postage refills by phone in 30 seconds, day or night. Now listen up, because here's what you'll get. Besides a lot more time.
You'll get the Personal Post and money-saving electronic scale.
So there's no wasted postage.
For a 90-day free trial.
Free is good.
If you use at least one roll of stamps a month, this is the perfect tool for your business. Order now and get $30 in free postage. Save time and money with the Personal Post meter and scale.
Now watch your business grow. Hey, I look good in red.
Get a 90-day free trial plus $30 in free postage.
The Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Who else?
Tonight, think you can survive in the Australian outback? Then meet the men who wrote the book on how to survive virtually anything, from wrestling alligators to a falling elevator. What to do when life's on the line. CBS2 reports at 11.
The CBS2 Information Network.
2 days. Survivor Australian Outback premieres on CBS right after the Super Bowl.
CBS 2 at 6 with Ernie Anastas, and Dana Tyler is next. You have a fabulous weekend. Go Giants!
Have a great night.
I don't know about you, but 50,000 locations nationwide. Just $7. Medicare plan. People's prescription plan can offer you savings on your prescriptions. Call now.
Call 1-800-542-4300 for free information on the People's Prescription Plan. 1-800-542-4300. Call now.
When was the last time going online was this much fun and this quick? Now it can be. Just call 1-800-409-2516 to get Verizon Online DSL with everything you need to get started free, plus a PC camera. Get the power to download web pages in the blink of an eye without doing a double take at the price. The freedom to talk and surf at the same time with a single existing phone line. And the speed you need to plug into CD quality sound and digital video right online. With Verizon Online DSL, you get more done quicker, making your web experience all the more enjoyable. So call 1-800-409-2516 today and get everything you need to get started free, plus a PC camera. When was the last time an offer this good fell into your lap?
Now for another look at today's headlines from the CBS 2 Information Network.
Here's Cindy Shue. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Dana and Todd, thank you. Well, there is big trouble on the tracks on Long Island. A Long Island Railroad train has derailed. It is causing massive problems for the evening commute. Hundreds of passengers had to be helped off the train and onto the snowy ground after a train went off the tracks this afternoon near Green Lawn. Now, luckily, nobody was hurt, but rush hour service is going to be a nightmare. Right now, the Port Jefferson line is suspended in both directions between Huntington and Port Jefferson. The railroad is running temporary buses on the line. There's no word yet on what caused the derailment, but we will, of course, keep you updated. Now let's get a look at the rest of your rush hour traffic. Heather O'Rourke is standing by in the traffic center. Heather.
Hi, Cindy. We'll go outside, check and see how the Grand Central's looking right around LaGuardia Airport. You can see it's pretty heavy, especially as you head westbound right past the airport. And we also have delays at the airport as well, so make sure you call ahead. Also, this is another shot of the Grand Central Parkway getting into the Kew Gardens interchange. A lot of volume there as well. Back to you, Cindy.
Heather, thank you very much. Now back to Dana and New York Live.
Thanks. 10 years ago, her novel First Wives Club made spurned women everywhere stand up and cheer. Olivia Goldsmith's bestseller went on to become a blockbuster movie starring 3 of Hollywood's top dames. Now Olivia's back with a new book. This one is about a successful young woman who helps a male friend get a date by transforming him from a nerd into a bad boy. And we welcome the author, Olivia Goldsmith. Nice to see you
Nice to see you again, Dana. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. This idea came to you years ago watching a movie.
You know, watching a movie in the theater.
In the theater and listening.
Yeah, I saw, okay, I admit it, I went to see Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall because I wanted to see his naked chest.
And that long hair, right? The
long,
flowing
did he
hair.
look great?
He looked
anyway,
great.
But then the movie was so stupid because he sleeps with the fiancée of his brother who dies. He's so guilty. He goes away for 7 years, leaves her with the other brother. She's nursing everybody. He's having fun in New Guinea, you know, and never writing her. And then when he comes back and she's married the good brother, she's so guilty she kills herself. Yeah, and I heard these teenage girls in front of me saying, she was so bad. I would have waited for Brad forever. And they were glad she killed herself.
So you said, let me turn that into a book.
I got to do something. I got to do something. That's wrong.
So Bad Boy.
Well, yes, so Bad Boy.
He came about. And here your characters are Tracy and John.
Well, Tracy Higgins. I think that's
there's a little clue there.
Yes, it's My Fair Lady, but reversed.
Backwards.
That's right.
And you have back here on the back some rules, how to be.
Well, Tracy, her friend John asks her to transform him into a bad guy. And that way he'll get dates, because no one likes him. He's so good.
So here are Tracy Higgins' rules on how to be a bad boy. Never offer them anything. Make them offer. Never show them where you live.
Right. No sports jackets ever.
Why?
Okay,
Why,
just
Olivia?
they're not cool. No checks or plaids, any color as long as it's black. You know that. Look what you're wearing.
I know that.
You know?
And why do women fall for bad boys?
Oh, come on.
Come on. Help
Well,
us
they're
out here.
sexy. They look, they're desirable because we can't have them. I think there's a maternal instinct involved because you think, well, if he goes for me, that makes me special. And nobody can understand him the way I can, you know?
Some bad boys, famous bad boys, Warren Beatty, for instance, you had lunch with him and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he dated a lot of women before marrying Annette Bening.
But, you know, he was lovely. I have to say, I thought that I'd get, you know, real dish. And we had a lovely lunch, and he only spoke so well of every woman he ever knew, and he never mentioned anybody by name. So he's a gentleman. You
A
gotta
nice
give him
bad
that.
boy.
Well, he definitely must have made women unhappy, but God, he was so nice to me. When the
That's
waitress
good.
came over, he said, I'll have a whatever, and ask what my daughter wants.
Oh.
Could you die?
Oh, that's nice.
He's cute.
He's cute.
He's nice.
I met him once. He's so
He's
tall,
so tall.
too. He's
And
so
handsome.
tall. Very handsome.
And still young.
And still Talk about your movie, First Wives Club. Did you see Diane Keaton? Did you see Bette Midler? I mean, when you wrote
I was on the set.
No, I don't mean literally. I meant in the casting. Is that
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Well, it's very weird. I wrote it almost 8 years before it was made into a film, and I imagined them exactly in the parts. But I was an unknown author writing my first book on a yellow pad of legal paper, and I called her Annie because of Annie Hall, and I called the other, I couldn't call her Bet, so I called her Brenda, and thought I would never, you know, how could it?
Oh, that's
First of all,
such a
getting
dream.
it sold as a movie when it's, you know, and then having them actually cast it. I mean, I have a lovely producer on Bad Boys, but, you know, the reality is, whoever they cast, they cast.
That's true. That's true. And I want to ask you about also making Bad Boy into a movie. But first, let's look at you, because we do have a picture of you. You actually had a cameo in First Wives Club, right?
Yeah.
Was that thrilling?
It was very exciting, but I asked the cinematographer to make me look good. And he would. And I was supposed to give, a look to kill. That was to one of the husbands. And the problem was I said to him, make sure I don't have any jowls. So when they're doing it, the grip is up. You know how the grip is on the lights, and he yelled up to him, "Hey, Don, kill the yellow light on her jowls."
Out loud in front of
300 people.
Did they know you were the author?
Oh, actually, yeah. Hugh Wilson had introduced, the director had introduced me.
But still, why would you say that to anybody, let alone
Well, you know
the
what?
author?
He killed the light on my jowls. I look very good. Guys, are you doing that? Get rid of the light on my jowls.
How about Bad Boy?
Everybody who's looking at me.
You
I
have
want
no jowls, Olivia. How about Bad Boy? That's already been optioned for a movie?
Yeah,
And
Paramount is doing it. Alan Ladd, the Ladd company.
Right.
And who?
Who would play?
Well, he was talking about Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Oh, it's full circle. Life is full circle, huh?
Weird things happen to me.
He could be your John.
Yes, and Jennifer Aniston. But since then, they got married. And now he says they may, I'm not making this up, they may lack chemistry.
Get out.
I swear to God.
See, that's how Hollywood works. We don't know the behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm not saying that. I think they'd be wonderful.
They would be fun.
And you know, you could make Brad look not perfect with a bad haircut. And
then turn him around.
He's always going to look perfect.
He's a good bad boy.
He is.
Thank you so much for being here.
I have to do one thing.
What?
One tiny thing. Hi, Ethel.
Who's
Hi,
Ethel?
Connor. I can't tell you. It's a secret, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Hi, Weasel.
Okay.
I promise them.
Okay.
I promise them.
Olivia's new book, Bad Boy, is in bookstores right now, and you can meet her and sign copies this Saturday at 1 o'clock. She'll be there to talk to you and sign her copies of her book. The store bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Thanks a lot for being here. Coming up next, Ira with the 5 days ahead.
Well, my jowls are lighted, and we're ready to share the forecast for, well, Ethel and Connor and you. Stay tuned to New York Live. Weather's coming up.
Why do I trust Meineke? I believe in the quality of the parts and service.
And the people who stand behind them. My family is too important to trust just anybody.
At Meineke, you'll get a lot, but you won't pay a lot.
With all their years of experience, the pros at Meineke really know their brakes. They take care of what's important under your car, so you can take care of what's important inside it.
At Meineke, you'll get a lot, but you won't pay a lot.
How
much PC can $9.99 get you? More PC than we can tell you about in 30 seconds. A super fast Intel Pentium 3 processor, CD-ROM, accelerated graphics, pro quality audio system, monitor, one-touch internet access, lots of memory, plus 5 color choices, red, green, blue, purple, and orange. And that's just for starters. The compact Presario 5000T. Let us build one for you. Call us direct at 1-800-329-9348 for all this, including a color printer. Hey, do I have time to mention the...
You're watching the CBS-2 Information Network.
A clear complexion in 5 minutes? Tonight on the news at 5, how to rid your face of those ugly little veins pain-free and fast. Plus, the Super Bowl countdown live from Tampa tonight at 5.
Starkist needs to do what's never been done in the history of tuna. Something fresher tasting. Really easy. Fresher. Easier.
I've got it! Fresher tasting Starkist tuna in a new easy-to-use pouch.
Introducing the new Starkist Flavor Fresh Pouch. It's better because it's more convenient. Just tear and use. No draining, no hassle. And it's vacuum sealed so it tastes better, fresher. The new Starkist Flavor Fresh Pouch.
Our best ever.
TV's hottest show gets even hotter with Survivor the Phenomenon. Survivors Jervis and Jenna take you inside the show that changed the face of pop culture. Survivor the Phenomenon. Saturday night at 11:30, part of Giant January on CBS-2.
Time to check out the Today in New York page. In tomorrow's Daily News, Forbes magazine is showing dozens of paintings of the Grand Canyon to raise money for conservation. There's a free reception at 6 at 60 Fifth Avenue. By the way, though, the paintings are definitely going to cost you a pretty penny.
If you're into Broadway show tunes, head to the 92nd Street Y tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for $30. You'll hear master pianist Dick Heyman and singer Barbara Carroll, among others.
And a number of Irish comics will be on hand tomorrow night at Twirl to launch a 5-day Irish Comedy Festival. That's at 8. Admission is $30.
Birthday's just one. Corazon Aquino, the first woman president of the Philippines. She turned 78.
And for a complete listing, pick up tomorrow's Daily News and turn to the Today in New York page.
Ira Joe Fisher with a look at today and the next few days' weather. Hi, Ira.
Some different weather moving in, Dana and Todd. A little bit chillier than we've been having for the past few days. Today, we saw temperatures climb nicely, cooperatively, and benevolently up into the 40s. Bless their hearts. Let's look outside our television window right now, shall we? And the weather that we see right now. Ah, yes, there. Thank you, Al. Once again, a lovely shot. Empire State Building in the near ground, and in the distance is the World Trade Center. And about as was the case last night as the sun sets and the sky smiles down upon us. Clear sky at the moment. A brief encounter with high pressure. The effect of it is receding, though. But it's just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful setting sun right now. Let's look together, shall we, at this satellite picture. Here's the deal. You see that our part of the world at the moment is pretty much free of clouds, but not too far away. Yet another system. It's a low that began the day in Canada, bearing down upon our part of the world, and attached to it is a rather quickly moving cold front. There will perhaps be some ever so light scattered snow around, be it a shower or a flurry, as this cold front and low swing through the area. But really the significance of this particular weather development is that temperatures are going to drop. So it will be cooler over the next few days. We're talking generally the 20s tonight. Can't rule out some teens farther to the north. However, the good news is that this cloud cover is going to help hold in what little warmth we've accumulated during the day, so it won't be as bitterly cold as was the case earlier in the week. Okay, let's look together, there we go, at our 5-day forecast. Again, 40s today, but only the middle 30s tomorrow, and not even quite that particularly mild in other parts of our area. 36 in town, perhaps some leftover from the night before snow showers or flurries tomorrow morning, and then slowly clearing. Friday, partly cloudy at 37. Saturday, some clouds are going to increase by evening, another chance of light snow showers. A high Saturday of 42 degrees. And then that snow moves away, swept away, and we'll see Sunday to be partly cloudy with a high of 39, and on Monday, again, partly cloudy with a high of 38 degrees. David Rogers will be here and talk about your weather at 5, 6, and 11. In case you missed anything, stay tuned for that. It's coming up. Oh, and coming up next on New York Live. Are you ready for this? From your favorite sitcoms to the big screen, funny guy Fred Willard is here on New York Live. And look, he's already chatting with Todd. They're old pals. Don't go away.
At Verizon, we're here to help you live life your way. That's why we created our local package, to help you never miss out on a single word. Chill out for a while. or simply keep connected with everyone. Local Package makes it easier. So call to sign up now and you can save big.
Local Package is designed to help you live your life with everything you need all in one package, all at a savings of over 40%. It's your local service, plus our most popular services like caller ID, call waiting, and three-way calling, all on one bill for one low monthly rate. Have some of these services? You can still save. Get Local Package now and qualify for other special offers like low rates for long distance, internet service, and voicemail too. So call 1-800-475-4632 today. The sooner you call, the sooner you'll save.
Local Package. Whatever you want, whatever you need. All at a price that's just right.
Rockaway Bedding wants to know, what's your bed like?
Toss and turn, not too comfortable. It can get a little cranky by the end of the day.
Tell me about your bed.
It really doesn't support my back well anymore.
I thought it was a great bed when we bought it, but it isn't.
Excuse me, ma'am. What's your bed like?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Okay. Isn't it time you went to Rockaway Bedding, where you get low prices, a free steel bed frame, free delivery of your new mattress, and free removal of your old mattress?
Rock, 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 Rockaway Bedding, yeah!
Enter to win a Hawaii Dream Vacation for two. A 6-day, 5-night vacation for two, courtesy of Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, America's #1 choice to Hawaii for over 40 years. And Sheraton Hotels and Resorts Hawaii. Sheraton has the best hotels on the best beaches and the luxury collection of Hawaii. To enter, click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com. Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays. We'll take you there.
You're watching the CBS 2 Information Network.
I'm Cindy Hsu. Coming up in just a few minutes on CBS 2 at 5. A wild chase from Westchester to the Bronx ends in a crash of cars and a hail of gunfire. Our Pablo Guzman is on the scene with the story. And it's the end of the line for 2 Texas fugitives. They surrendered this morning, but not before having their say on a CBS TV station. You'll hear their story in their words at 5. And in our Health Watch, annoying and unsightly spider veins. We're going to show you a new laser that can make a dramatic difference. All that and a lot more when you join Todd McDermott and me for CBS 2 at 5. Now back to Todd.
Cindy, thank you. You'll find the movie Best in Show on many critics' best of list for this past year. It is a crazy behind-the-scenes look at the colorful world of dog shows. And leading the all-star cast in laughs is the always entertaining comedic actor Fred Willard. Take a look at this.
You know what would be funny? I don't know if they can do this, just an idea off the top of my head. Why did he put the bloodhound, put on one of those Sherlock Holmes hats and put a little pipe in his mouth? Are they ever allowed to do anything like that, dress up a dog in a funny way?
No, that's not quite what the purpose of these shows
But it would, I think it would really get the crowd going. You know what I mean? The Sherlock Holmes hat with the pipe. I don't know if you could make it look like smoke's coming out of the pipe.
I think that would be a little dangerous.
I'd get a kick out of it.
And that's what's important. We get a kick out of it, too. Fred Willard joins us on New York Live. That's out of context, but this movie is just so funny. And you play Buck, what's the last name, Laughlin?
Laughlin, yes.
Who is, I guess, an old sportscaster. Has no idea what he's talking about.
Sportscaster, ex-jock, but he hasn't taken the time to learn anything about dogs. Incidentally, my hairstylist is up for best hairstyle in a comedy, too. The little curl added a lot, and make no mistake about that.
It was a very nice touch.
Yes.
Tell me about this movie. Best in Show, great cast.
Yes,
and just it's a wild movie full of a lot of improvising.
Well, yes, it's kind of a humorous look at the Westminster Dog Show, which I didn't know was on television. And I find out not only is it on television, it's wildly popular, and everyone watches it, because I think everyone has dogs, loves dogs, or something. And they said to me, you'll play the sportscaster. They sent me the tape of the show. Joe Garagiola does the color. Now, he's an ex-big league ball player. He played for the Pirates and the Cardinals. I'm a big fan. He's a very humorous announcer. And they said, but he hasn't taken time to learn anything about the dogs. And I said, so I'll take that and kind of double that, maybe even triple it. Here's an ex-jock who thinks the show is revolving around him. Thus, my asking my co-host if he could guess how much I could bench press. Yeah, right. Thinking that somehow people all over the world are saying, I wonder if he could bench 400 pounds. He looks, thinking that everyone would be interested in that. Because I've known ex-athletes, and they do focus on themselves. I'm an ex-athlete myself. I could have been a big league ball player, but I lacked just the talent that it takes.
Everything but the
I
talent?
had the desire, but I found it takes more than desire and a collection of baseball cards.
By the way, according to the movie, though, you do deadlift 500 pounds, which is great.
in my fitness days.
All right, I got to tell you, watching the film, I didn't look at who's in the cast other than you.
Yes.
Didn't see who wrote it, who directed it, and I watched it for 10 minutes and said, This is Spinal Tap for the dog show.
Yes, it is.
And that really is what it is. It's a Christopher Guest creation and Eugene Levy.
Yes, it is. Well, you start with Christopher Guest. I mean, I look at him, and I know him, and let alone being amazed that he's married to Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, if that weren't enough for a career, I would just stay home all the time. He was in Spinal Tap. And he created Waiting for Guffman, and he does these different characters. Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara from SCTV. I was one of their biggest fans, and when I'm around them, I find myself telling them what they said on the show. I said, remember, you said this, and then he said, and they're very polite. Yes, Fred, that was very good. And there were so many good performances in the movie.
Hey, not dismissing yours, because Roger Ebert says you should have an Oscar nomination for this role in this movie.
Yes, he did. I nearly fell off the couch when I heard that. And actually, the Rolling Stone gave me not a nomination. They named me Best Supporting Actor. Didn't put me on the cover.
Why not?
I don't know. And Boston film critics named me Best Supporting Actor, which is great because you don't even know there's an award coming. So there was no phone calls that you're on the on a very short list. Suddenly I just heard that they named it. No song and dance. No, can you send us a souvenir or something? It was there, and it was a fun movie, and I think it's doing much better than everyone thought, and I think hats off to Warner Brothers, who got behind it and really gave it a little push.
And we're going to see you in another big movie starting Friday, The Wedding Planner.
That was weird, yes.
Jennifer Lopez,
yes.
That was weird?
No, it's not weird. It was a weird role. Is that backstage? Yes.
What was that like working with Jennifer Lopez and Matthew McConaughey? Two top actors in the country.
Yes, they are. And I found her charming, just a delightful actress. Matthew McConaughey, very professional. And they did a very intricate dance there. Yeah, you see them dancing there. And not only did they do the dance, they had to be delivering dialogue. And if you've ever done any acting, that's very difficult. But the director I knew as a choreographer. So this is his first directing. Adam Shankman is his name. I play kind of an extreme character, modeled after one of his dancing instructors.
Well, I hear that there's somebody very young who makes you laugh a lot.
Yes, he's named after me. My little grandson, 3.5 years old. And I tried to make him laugh one day, and he looked at me and he says, "That's a very good joke, Grandpa." But the other day, we got him a fire engine, and we got him in it, and he couldn't quite manipulate the wheels, and all of a sudden, he got out of the fire engine and walked all along the lawn. And we said, Freddie, come in. And he walked into this little house we built for him. I came in, I sat down. He says, "You know why I'm in here, Grandpa?" I said, "No." He says, "Because I didn't want to ride my bicycle or the fire engine."
Well, he has his grandfather's sense of humor.
He does.
We wish you much luck with this movie. Thanks, and one coming out Friday as well.
Thanks. Thank you so much for having me on. This was very exciting to be on here. I'll be talking about this for weeks.
All right. Well, Fred, come back to New York Live.
I will. No, I'm not kidding. This is really fun. And people are watching and saying...
We're hoping.
That's Fred Willard? No. Oh, okay. No.
This is my part. Thank you, Fred. Best in Show is still in theaters, and The Wedding Planner opens this Friday. When we come back, another check of traffic, plus a look at what we're working on for tomorrow on New York Live.
The paparazzi can get arrested trying to get this close to the stars. All you need to do is watch CBS 2's entertainment reports from Hollywood.com. It's like being part of the cast, and all part of the new CBS 2 Information Network.
Guess what? I have a blind date.
He might be short, but I'm not sure.
I'm trying to figure out what outfit.
You've got to talk, Jones. Indulge with the local package from Verizon.
I have another blind date.
One low monthly rate gives you all the services you need to stay connected.
Hold on 1 second.
Call 1-800-475-9352 now and save over 40%. It's your local service combined with our most popular services like caller ID, call waiting, three-way calling, all on one bill for one low monthly rate. Perfect for your love, Jones. Get it all and save over 40%. Call 1-800-475-9352 to sign up. Plus qualify for special offers like low rates for long distance.
This is fierce.
Irresistible services, enticing offer, one great company.
Hold on, I got another call.
Get the local package from Verizon.
Hey, Mom.
It's everything you desire to keep up with the Joneses.
A blind date? I know, I can't find anyone at work.
When are you coming to visit?
Mom.
We got great guys out here.
Verizon. How to get life done.
Attention Medicare HMO members who will lose their coverage effective January 1st, 2001. Medicare and Medicare supplements typically don't cover most outpatient prescription drugs. If you are losing your current prescription drug coverage, get the People's Prescription Plan now. You'll save money right on the spot with no claim forms. Plus, you can save on eyewear, hearing aids, and more, all at over 50,000 locations nationwide. Just $7.95 a month covers your whole household with no limits on use. So it could more than pay for itself the very first time you use it. As a special offer, when you call now, you'll pay just $2.95 for the first month, a savings of $5 off the regular price. Your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. So if your HMO is dropping its Medicare plan, People's Prescription Plan can offer you savings on your prescriptions. Call now.
Call 1-800-542-4300 for free information on the People's Prescription Plan. 1-800-542-4300. Call now.
A slow crawl.
Look on the bright side. If you had watched CBS 2 News this morning, you'd already be working right now. Traffic and transit reports on the tubes, doing our part to get you there, and all part of the new CBS 2 Information Network.
Tonight's rush hour in full swing for it's not that funny. I don't know why I started laughing.
Well, it's funny that we're not in it anyways.
It's lucky.
Let's get a final check on the traffic from Heather O'Rourke. Heather?
Hi, everybody. We've had a problem all afternoon with the Long Island Railroad. This is affecting rush hour traffic. It was a train derailment. It is still going on. The Port Jefferson branch has suspended both directions east of the Huntington station because of this ongoing train derailment. We still have police, EMS on the scene trying to clear this away. So in the meantime, we do have the Port Jefferson branch suspended both directions east of the Huntington station. Now we'll go to a live shot and check out what's going on the Belt Parkway this afternoon. Very heavy delays getting into the southern state split. This is because of roving pothole repairs and street cleaning rules. They will be in effect for tomorrow. Back to you.
Thank you, Heather. We'll have more on the railroad situation at 5 today.
All right, and first we want to talk about Ira and his cookies.
I just want to say that Cindy made these cookies, and I am sending them home with me.
For your wife,
for my wife.
Does that mean he's not allowed to eat?
No, I just no because it.
And our cookies would be where exactly?
Yeah.
Oh, but it just look, it just fell open.
Thanks. That's great. Cookies for you,
anyway,
Todd.
Shelley, make sure that the jar is full. These are for you, and Shelley will be Ira's
I'm very touched. Well,
very nice. They're chocolate chip with macadamia nuts.
And you know what? I've had the cookies Cindy's made before, and they're really awful.
I know.
All right.
I know.
On that note, that's it for today. We have tomorrow on New York Live. We all have them, friends who just seem to bring us down. Tomorrow, New York Live favorite, Dr. Gilda Carl has a lesson on toxic friends.
And a very special guest. You've seen her on the soap operas. First Search for Tomorrow, now Guiding Light. The legendary Mary Stewart will be here live to tell us all about a milestone on Guiding Light.
And with or without Cindy's cookies, I'm going to be live from Tampa as Giant January gets into frenzy mode. Go ahead and have one. I'm Todd McDermott. I'll be back at 5 with Cindy.
Have a very safe trip.
Thank
We're going to have a blast. And this is January 24th, 1 year we've been on the air here at 4 o'clock. So,
amen. All right. Okay.
Let's have the cookies.
Let's have cookies.
Dana Tyler with Ira Joe. Cindy, thanks for joining us at 4. Stick around for the next hour and a half.
Congratulations, you two.
Yeah.
All right.
At Cheap Tickets, you save money every time you fly. But that's not all. Because at